Hi guys, I am back for the sixth video of the today's skill series. This video is about how to know your PCs or laptops IP address. Now, in our lives, you would have surely come across many such instances in professional life or even student life wherein you needed the IP address of your desktop or laptop to either set up a LAN to play games or to share files with coworkers or even tell your office's IT help desk for doing some recovery work or software download or routine system audit or some network connectivity related checking or assistance in your mail configuration. So some people use other softwares, especially from the IT team. They use like TeamViewer, etc. But if you are not an IT professional, you may or may not have this kind of a software installed in your system. And apart from that, sometimes if you already know the IP address, then this software also is not needed to gain access into the system from another system. So IT person can easily do get the job done in your system and help you in the process. So if you are an IT professional, suppose in support team, especially, then you will need your clients, which who is maybe sitting in say UK or US, his IP address, his computer's IP address. So to make remote access and to explain your software features. So sometimes what happens is that your client may not be able to understand how to operate that particular software which your team has made after years of effort, and then you will need to explain to him or her that how to do it. Now, so you will that particular person will need to share his or her IP address, then only you will be able to gain access, because otherwise his version of team viewer may not be matching with yours, or maybe he may not have that particular software also. So in such cases, it's best that if that person shares the IP address, it's the most easiest way to then get access. So now sometimes they may know it, but sometimes they may not know it. So this video actually will help you in sharing to them how to actually get their own IP address also. So if you like this video, please feel free to share with others who might need it, as just told you, and also any other person whom you know who have similar struggle or who require this thing to get his job done a lot quicker. So what is IP address? This you must know before knowing how to get the IP address. So IP address is nothing but Internet Protocol address. Internet's I, protocols P, brought together IP address. So this is not a very geeky thing or any kind of Geneva Convention or something like that. It is just that in simple layman's term, it is the address of your computer. Just like you have an address, their computer also has an address. So if you have to connect with another computer, that computer must know the address of this particular computer, so that they both be connected. Now this is just precisely that only. So how does it look? This is looks like this. There's a set of numbers divided by dots like this. Three dots are there in between these four numbers. So this is exactly how IPv4 address looks like. So IP addresses are of basically of two types. One is the IPv4 and the other is the IPv6. Actually, V is nothing but version. So it's like it should not be stored as a type, but it may say versions. I mean, so IPv4 is one type of version, it's the older version, and the IPv6 is a more recent version. But 99% of the computers I have encountered so far, they all use IPv4, at least in India, for general use. Obviously, if it is a very scientific computer, it may be in IPv6 or any other subsequent versions of Windows if they are using. Or if it is Linux, then it's a completely different thing. So still most 99% of computers obviously in today's world, especially for professional purposes, use Windows. So the IPv4 is the most used version in that. So accordingly, you can look at it. Don't go too much into bits, etc. At this point in time. So it's just for just a vision that this is how the four numbers stack and what is the meaning of these numbers. So it's just a binary code corresponding to that. So this is how IPv4 addresses look like. So why you need to know your IP address? Now, number one reason is, as I already told in the first introductory slide, that reason could be to answer queries of the IT help desk regarding to your any day-to-day activity, like say a software installation for a particular purpose, or you or say any audit that they might conduct, or say the mail configuration that you might need a help from the IT team. So for these purposes, they would definitely require your IP address. So if you know the IP address, it makes the job lot easier. Number two is obviously for self-connecting with two devices. So sometimes during the work, also in professional work, you have a very large file. Okay, so a video file or an audio file or any large document file which is in say 100 KB or 100 MB or something like that. So this kind of a big file, or say the entire year's work or something, if you want to share with some other person, then you cannot do it on the mail, so you will have to connect the two devices and then accordingly share the file over that particular connection. You have to either bring both this computer in one network and then copy paste to that particular network identified computer, so or say Wi-Fi connection, etc. So whatever you will do, you will still require the IP address. Okay, so if you even in normal cases of internet connection in your houses, you will find that the vendor has come and then has given you some set of IP address which you have to use as proxies or something. So IP address is something very common, so you just need to know all this. So number three is obviously something which you will closely relate, and I think all students and professionals are very they always are in lookout to know how to know their IP address so that they can use it for gaming, etc. Because for gaming also in multiplayer mode, you will need to connect all these PC via LAN or some switch or something. So for that again, you will need to know your computer's IP address, because that has to be entered at the time of configuration for running the game in a multiplayer mode. Okay, so that is why it is. So now the question is how to do this. It's the business end of the video. It's very simple actually. What you need to do is just scroll down to the bottom corner of your laptop on the start button. It may look in a like a Windows image, so it can be colored or it may be single version like white. It depends on the version of the Windows you are currently using. Simply click on it, left click on it, and then a box will open, and this here you'll get a say a typing box also. So it will look like this here. Okay, as I mentioned it in the arrow also, and then now circling it. So this is the box. So you'll just scroll down, and in the box you enter run. Okay, RUN. Once you enter run, it will start prompting, and then you in the upper side only you will find that there is something already getting displayed. This is like this run. So once you click on this run, it will take you here. So here you need to enter CMD. Okay, just to enter the command prompt, and then press enter or OK here. Just it will take you to the next page. So in the command prompt, simply type ipconfig. Okay, so you need to type here ipconfig. Don't worry that if you get to see your name here in place of user, it is fine. Just press write ipconfig there and press enter. You will get to this particular display of the command prompt. Actually, it will just simply populate the screen with these numbers. So just browse down. You will get something under the wireless network connection. This LAN adapter configuration. So there you will get the IPv4 address. And the corresponding number whichever is there with it. This is here, it is 192.168.1.3. This is exactly the IP address, and bingo, you got it. So this you can then share with the other person, and he may connect with you accordingly. Okay, so that's that simple and easy.